What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Right.
First off, I would like to start off, Dr. Dawkins. I'm noticing that wonderful shirt you have on right now. It says that we are all Africans. Now, now that's easy for you to say. You were born in Kenya. So, for those of us not born in Kenya, could you please explain why we are all Africans?
I'm a fairly recently retired professor, and I'm professorial enough to draw on this convenient whiteboard here. That is 6 million years ago, and that is the common ancestor of chimpanzees and bonobos and humans. That is about 7 million years ago, and that is the common ancestor of all those and gorillas. That's about 12 million years ago, and that's the common ancestor of all those and orangutans. Orangutans, as you know, are Asian apes. Gorillas, humans, bonobos, and chimpanzees are African apes. Darwin conjectured, long before there were any available fossils, that the right place to look for human fossils was Africa, and he worked that out by pointing out that humans most resemble the other African apes, namely chimpanzees, well, they didn't call them bonobos in those days, and gorillas. The reason that we know approximately the date of the common ancestor is molecular evidence comparing the genes, comparing the proteins of these various animals. It's possible to calibrate the date at which a common ancestor happened, and we can date the common ancestor of humans and chimpanzees and bonobos at about 6 million years ago. Unfortunately, there are no fossils down this line here, possibly because they're forest-dwelling animals. Nowadays, unlike in Darwin's time, there are quite a lot of fossils down this line here. They're all in Africa. We've got the genus Australopithecus, sort of about halfway down, Ardipithecus there, and Homo habilis there, Homo erectus about there, and then Homo sapiens, archaic Homo sapiens there, and then modern Homo sapiens there. Lots and lots of little branches quite well documented in the fossil record here, all extinct except the last one, Homo sapiens. You may have heard the phrase out of Africa. There were two out of Africas. Homo erectus, about a little over 1.5 million years ago, left Africa and colonized Asia and Europe, and arguably Indonesia as well. No, not arguably, definitely Indonesia. That's the first out of Africa. The second out of Africa is very recent, probably less than 100,000 years ago. We are all Africans.
And what that means is that we originated in Africa.
Not too many weeks after our paper came out, a paper with Harvarti and Chris was on this paper as well, reporting a fossil from Iwo Iliru that was dating to about 13,000 years in Nigeria. So a region of Africa that has been understudied, where fossils hadn't really previously been found, but I guess this had been found a number of years ago and redated, and it has some archaic features. So here's an example of a fossil that can back us up a bit in terms of the idea that there may be populations living as recently as 13,000 years ago in Central Africa that could carry some of this archaic material. So it's very provocative in that sense.
People who speak Niger-Kordofanian languages. One of the most common subfamilies or subgroups are the Bantu languages. And they're thought to have originated in Nigeria or Cameroon within the past 5,000 years. Within the past 5,000 years. Within the past 5,000 years. Within the past 5,000 years.
We've got the migrations for our individual families and our heritage here. So let's start with mine and describe what we're seeing on this particular map here.
Well, we all start off in Africa, as I said. We originated as a species in Africa sometime between 50,000 and 200,000 years ago. We don't know for sure when the species as a proper entity originated, but at some point around 50 to 60,000 years ago, some people started to leave, others stayed on in Africa.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
Yes! Yes!
And a dishonest man you can always trust to be dishonest. Honestly.
And now for something completely different.
A, B, C, D.